our mechanic, he can't actually believe it. But that is still not the end of it, guys. I'll tell you like the main thing in a second. I'm just saying, I'm not happy with this situation. I don't think you guys would be as well if this was you. And so we found the problem, guys. Hi guys, so those that have been following the channel for a long time will have been seeing this story along the way. Those that are new to the channel, you're probably going to think this is a bit dramatic, and I'm going to try and fill you in on what's going on. Apologies to those that have been following along. I have to repeat myself here, but you're not going to believe some of the things that have happened with this situation with my car. So first off, I don't know anything about cars. Usually when I want some advice on cars, I go to Damo's brother that knows a lot about cars. And we've had a bit of a drama since I bought this Mazda. It's probably about 8 months ago. It's been nothing but like a money pit. In fact, since I bought it for 170,000 baht. And it's probably cost, I spent another 50 or 60,000, something like 50% of the cost on it since then. So things like the tires changed, and the plow, which is like the thing that connects the wheels underneath. Like I said, I don't know much about cars. I've had the shocks changed, which we're going to get to in a moment, and just loads of stuff has happened to it. The air conditioning needed to be, all the dashboard needed to be pulled out, and this new thing put on where the air conditioner is, some kind of filter or something. Anyway, it's been a huge money pit, and I spent quite a lot of money on it, and we've just found out that a lot of the stuff that I've had done is either wrong or it's dangerous. And we're just here now to see the car. We've come to more like a trusted family mechanic, which is just here. So this is our trusted guy here, and basically when I had the oil change last time, they put the wrong oil in, and he's had to take all the oil out, and this is the oil here. So the last place I took it, which you guys would have seen on the vlog, you know, this is only one of many problems I'm going to tell you in a second. This is quite funny. Well, it's quite crazy what has happened with this. But basically, he's got a thing that you can plug into the Mazda, and it checks the system, and it gives you like a warning light or what's good and what's not. And he said the oil is the wrong oil, and so he's taken this oil out. So these guys that I trust to tell me about cars, because I know jack shit, have put the wrong oil in. But this is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. And this guy, our mechanic, he can't actually believe it that they put this wrong oil in. So he's since taken that oil out, and he's put in the new oil. So that's the first thing. But then it doesn't stop there. His little warning system for the car bleeped red when it came to the air conditioning. And so some may remember that recently the aircon just conked in, and I paid quite a bit of money to get this kind of filter. It's like a square filter for the aircon at the back here replaced. He had to take out all the dashboard in order to put the filter in, and apparently he didn't check the pressure, and the diagnostic system flashed red for the pressure being too high in the aircon. And so he's now changed all that as well. Of course, this is an extra expense to me, so I'm basically double paying for these jobs that I got done. So I've had to pay him now an extra 9,000 baht just for the oil change and to fix the air conditioner. This is his tool here that he plugs in to do the diagnostic. Now, the reason I was here in the first place was nothing to do with any of this. Before he put his diagnostic system in, the reason I came was actually the battery went. So I had to get the battery replaced here. And so I was really just coming in for a new battery, which was 2,800 baht, which was another expense. And then he found these other things. But that is still not the end of it, guys. I'll tell you like the main thing in a second. Let me just show us this diagnostic tool. But มันทำเครื่องพังไหมถ้าระยะยาวแน่นอนครับแล้วตอนนี้ล่ะตอนนี้น่าจะเอาอยู่นะใช่ไหมแต่ตอนนี้รถให้คะแนนเป็นสีเขียวหมดแล้วครับ He said if you keep driving on this oil, then the car is going to break. It's going to have a problem with the car. I'm asking, has it already had a problem or not? He said probably not, but if you drive on it for a long time, it's going to have a problem. The shop before, the professional mechanics that I was taking it to, who you guys saw in previous vlogs, I've thought it was a diesel car and they've been putting diesel oil in there. So here it says, the diagnostic report says abnormal. Right turn indicator.
อ๋อ right turn คือไฟเลี้ยว
ใช่ไฟเลี้ยว
ไฟเลี้ยวมีปัญหา
Oh no.
ไฟเลี้ยวมีปัญหา
So before it was red.
Before it's red, three red.
So this one was 3 red, now it's all green on here.
อันเดิมเป็นสีแดง มันไม่ให้คะแนน
So the fuel system is now green and misfires green. This was red
ไม่มี
before.
โค้ด
Okay. Now I'm not trying to be a whiner or a complainer, and those that watch this channel know that throughout this whole palaver, I've just been quite cool with it and calm with it, and I paid all the bills and whatnot. It's cost a fortune. But the minimum I expect from these guys that do this for a living is to know what oil to put in the car. And then this goes even one step further, guys. We had the shocks changed, you may remember, in the other garage, right? And it was the front shocks, because there's a lot of bumpy roads, you hit a lot of bumpy roads, and the back shocks were fine. And it turns out they replaced the back shocks and kept the damaged front shocks in. So the front shocks were already absolutely ruined, and that's why I wanted to change them, and the back shocks were kind of okay. They never changed the front ones, and they just changed the back ones. They got it mixed up. And so now I've got new back shocks, and I've been driving a long way and picking up Otis and driving on this car with damaged front shocks. And also in regard to the shock that I told you on the front of the car, they've now put the new one on there. So, and Damel's brother's just telling her what they did at this garage, like, because Damel's brother remembers taking me, and we said we're going to put these on the front, and they ended up putting them on the back, guys. Like, I mean, I should have had it double check, but when you go to a mechanic, you don't think to be like, oh, maybe this mechanic has put them on the wrong part of the car, or maybe he's put diesel oil in a petrol car. You just don't think that. I don't want to say anything about this garage because there's the issue of the Lible laws in Thailand, but I can tell you that this isn't the first time that we've heard bad stories. But I think that's probably about the scope that I can say. I haven't named the garage, of course. I don't know if this is something that you would do on purpose, so I keep going back and back and back. Like, I don't know that. I'm not saying I know that. I'm not making any claims. The libel laws are very intense here in Thailand, so I have to be very careful what I say. But I'm just saying, I'm not happy with this situation. I don't think you guys would be as well if this was you. It's not just the money, it's the principle of I've been driving an unsafe car with my son. And that really pisses me off. When I went to a professional and I got the job done responsibly, and I thought we were safe. So yeah, not everybody can know everything about everything. Like, I don't know about cars. Ask me to tune a saxophone, okay? But it's somewhat my oversight as well, but also the garage bears some responsibility. Then to top it off, some may know that I also had the tyres changed 6 months ago. And when they changed the tyres at this same garage, they did not align the wheels, according to this new dude. And you can see the wheels have worn down completely here. So, something to do with not balancing the wheels. Even having the tyres changed just 6 months ago, we're going to have to go and get them changed again. The back tyres are not quite the same, so it looks like the back is okay. But the front needs replacing, and that's where we're going to go now. And these guys that I go to, they have a big professional garage and a wheel alignment garage, and so you would expect them to know what they're talking about. But I trusted them as mechanics. He said this isn't aligned at the front, and so it bends to the side, he says, and because it's bent on the side, it's wearing down the rubber on the side of the wheel. You see it's going in that kind of facing outwards. So he's saying that, you know, this one stays straight and that one's popping out on the side there. So terribly done, basically. So let's go now and get some new tyres. I have to say it's been a bit of a disaster for this car. Like, it's I don't know what to say. It's just been a disaster. Like, you know, when I want to get my teeth fixed, I don't like research on the internet how to fix my own teeth. You know, I go to the dentist and I get my teeth fixed, and I expect that dentist to know how to do a filling and how to do that kind of thing. When I want my car fixed, I go to a mechanic to get the car fixed. I don't expect that they're going to make it worse. You know what I mean? So do you think that some of this was on purpose, or you think it was an accident? Yeah, but don't say. I mean, we're not going to name the garage.
No,
But do you think some of this might be on purpose, so I have to take the car back and I keep have to get it fixed and fixed and fixed?
Yeah, because this guy he say 3 or 4 people that gone to that place. And he said that guy told 3 or 4 people gone to that place that come back to him. But this guy, I trust him from the first time that he do Batty Blue, because before he do everything, he check all the detail and he tell price and everything before he do it. So he work in the big what you call big shop, car shop before, you know, in the company. So I kind of trust him, but he too busy. So many
but also,
people use him.
just to say we're not being too dramatic here, he also shocked about this situation, right?
Yeah, he say the car been so damaged in under. Yeah, and then he said I was so lucky that nothing happened. We try to fix so many places, but no one can fix, right? And no one can do in the, no one can find the point, what you call. No one can find the problem, the real problem, but he can.
Yeah, but I knew there was a problem.
Yeah.
And I kept telling everybody there's a problem. Even after they fixed it, I said there's still a sound. And nobody listened to me. The mechanic said, no, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah,
2 mechanics we went to, and both of them said it was fine.
Yeah, and then this guy, he just knows straight away after he lift up the car, and then he see the problem straight away. Yeah, the shock.
All right, but because originally we did go to the guys that basically put the wrong oil in, and then they put the shocks on the wrong side of the car. We went to those guys first, but then I took it to some other guys that that ended up redoing where the wheels connect underneath. And I told them, I was like, there's still something wrong with this car. And they were like, no, nothing. And then I had them drive with me in the car, and I said, can you hear it? This tiny little ticking, yeah. And they were like, no, nothing wrong with it, nothing wrong with it. This is my second opinion. So I thought, well, I'm not going to get a third opinion. It just is what it is. So here we are at a completely different garage, which is recommended by our guide. And the back wheels apparently are okay. The front tyres need changing, 2 of them. So this is it, guys. This is hopefully going to be the final fix on this car. And I have talked on the vlog before about selling it. Some subscribers say, oh, you should sell it, you should get rid of it, get a truck. And that's what we're looking into now. So I don't know how soon it's going to be, because now I've kind of replaced everything on this. I can probably get another 6 months out of it kind of okay, I'm hoping. But then I think we've got to kind of be looking at a truck in the meantime, and something a bit bigger for the roads. I don't think I'll be buying second-hand again now in Thailand. Whatever car we get next, we're likely, 90% sure it's going to be a new car, unless the circumstances were as such. I was buying it from a friend or a Farang that was living here and hadn't used it much, a truck like that. But this time I think it's going to be better to go for a new car, and hopefully we eliminate those problems. I mean, you can have problems with new cars too, of course. And as soon as you drive it off the lot, a new car is going to lose 20%, 30% maybe. So I think that there could be problems that way too. It's just cars. I think I've been quite unlucky with this one, and I've been lucky with the consultancy that I've had, that I probably should have get a third opinion rather than just a second opinion. So we've just been for a coffee, come back, and he's taking it for a little test drive now, making sure everything's straight. And I guess we'll go and pay. Are they straight now? I think no matter, whenever I get these tyres changed, I'm always going to check that from now on. Are they straight? Are they not? And the final thing that's been discovered today is there's no right indicator light. So we'll get this replaced as our final stop, guys. Soon everything will have been replaced on this car. I'm pretty sure they replaced the back right and left lights as well. This was a couple months ago. So really just about everything has been replaced. Will this be the end of the saga? I've said it before about this car, it's like Star Wars. It's just an ongoing, another episode, another episode, another episode. And I'm hoping this is the last thing that we have to do with this car. It's funny because I have a lot of subscribers that know a lot about cars, unlike me. And they're always like advising me about stuff, like, oh, you should do this, or you got to get this done. And they see things that I don't see with the way the mechanics are doing stuff. None of them saw about the shocks problem, and obviously the refilling of the oil. Nobody spotted that, but they do spot things, and a lot of the advice that I've got is actually just get a new car completely. So that's what we might have to do. And so we found the problem, guys. This is rats are living in here. Rats are living in the side of the car. This is quite common in rural areas. The rats get in, they probably chewed through the cable for my indicator, made a nest. And there's all kinds of crap there. So the problem, guys, is rats chewing through. Great. This is a surprise. Got ourselves a surprise. So he's gonna have to replace the cable in there. There we go, guys. It's a rat. Well, what else can we ask for on this vlog? Doesn't get more twists and turns in the story than on this vlog. This is riveting stuff, guys. What do I call arse clenching content? A rat in the car. Looks like a custom. It's you got your horn, you got the basket, 3 batteries here, designer seat, London finish. Must be, I think that's the owner over there, this kid. This is his ride. Looks quite comfy. I wonder how fast it goes. I also forgot to mention the 2 front wheels replacement was 3,780. These shocks to be replaced from that dude in the original garage that we saw, plus the aircon replacement because the pressure was high, and the oil change, that was 9,000. We're about to find out what this light was also. And so it was 100 baht to have that new light coming on. And so thanks for joining us today, guys. It's been a bit of an adventure with this car. It's been a bit crazy. I don't know everything about everything, and so I've learned a few lessons on this one that maybe some of my subscribers could learn also. I.e. check when they've changed something to make sure they've actually changed it. Check they're not putting the wrong oil in your car, and just check you're not getting scammed, because it can happen, and it happens even when you think it's not happening. I don't know if I was scammed on this. I can't conclusively say, like, oh yeah, it was, but in a way I kind of feel like I have been, because you trust the people that you're paying to get a job done, and the job ain't done, but I'm also somewhat responsible for not double checking. So thanks for joining on the vlog. We'll be keeping you updated on this Star Wars saga of crazy adventure. Well, thanks to the real mechanics that keep it real, charge you the correct price, and don't try and scam you.